Hi, in the last session, we have learned different filter reports in Quartus Prime, and we also learned about different type of elements in your FPGA device. We learned about normal signals and fast signals and global signals as well. And we have seen that Quartus already configured few of the signals to the global signals. Now we will learn that how you can override Quartus configurations and promote any signal into a global netlist or a fast signal based on your project needs. Also, we will learn that how you can override register configuration and upgrade any dedicated logical registers into input output register. Okay, so let's jump into the Quartus Prime software. Okay, so in the last session, we have seen this summary report under the filter category, and we have reviewed multiple reports inside this. Like we have reviewed this resources usage summary, which was telling that what are the FPGA resources has been used for this project, right? So you can see that we have used total 6 registers and all the registers are dedicated logical registers. I already explained that what was dedicated logical registers and what was input output registers, right? And what are the situations when we need to promote any dedicated registers into the input output registers, right? So we will see that how we can promote any dedicated logical registers into the input output registers now. Also, if we go a little down on this list, then we will see this control signals. And I already told you what are global signals or global nets in a FPGA device and how they need to be configured for your project. So in our project, we have seen these two signals, that is a PLL clock output, and the reset was already configured by the Quartus Prime as global NUT. So you can see that is yes here, but our clock input, so this one that was not configured as a global net, right? So that is no here, and that is completely fine because this clock has the fan out of 1. This means that this clock signal or this clock input is only driving one element in our project or one element in our FPGA. So there is no need to mark it as a global net, right? But we will see that in any case, if you wanted to promote any signal or any port to the global net, then how you will do this, alright? So we will promote this clock, which is our input port, to a global net, right? So for this, we will use assignments editor. And to open this assignment editor, we will need to go this assignments tab. And here you will see this assignment editor. So we will open it. Now this is the window for assignment editor. And here you will see all the signals are listed here. Now, if you look at this top right, then you will see this category field. And you can use this category field to use these filters. So for example, if you only wanted to list the locations of your input output ports for your project, so you can select this locations here. So once you click on it, so you can see that the list is shortened down and now it is only displaying the locations of your input output ports, right? And you can see that this column is displaying all the input output ports of your project. So we have clock as an input, reset, we have 3 switches input, and we have 3 LED outputs, right? And you can see the values of these input output ports as well. If you remember, then we have configured these values from the pin planner tool, right? So here you can see this pin planner. Let me quickly open this. So we have used this tool or this window to configure all the input output pins with our FPGA device, right? So either you can use this way or you can also do this from this assignment editor as well. Both the procedures works fine, alright? Means you can assign the pins from the assignment editor as well. Now if I change the category to input output standards, so you can see the configuration on all the input output ports of our project, right? And we have configured them to the 3.3 volt LVTTL from the pin planner, right? So if you want, you can do this from here as well. Now we will try some more categories. So the next is logic options. And here you will see multiple filters or multiple categories inside this. For example, this time we will select this global signals. Now, if you quickly look into this compilation report, then we have these control signals here. And here we have 3 signals that are listed in this control signal. And out of these 3 signals, we have 2 as in global nets, but this clock signal is not configured as in global net, right? So now we will use this assignment editor to promote that clock signal into a global net. So let's see that how we will do this. So for this, we will go to this two column and we will double click on it. Now we will use this find tool. This we called node finder. So we will click on it. Now we will list all the nodes for this project. So you can see that all the nodes are listed here. So you can find your node and you can select it. But this is a small project. So this list is actually a very small list. But if you're working on some bigger project, then this list can go very long, right? So we can use the filters or we can use some searching criteria to find the correct node, right? So what we will do that because we know that we are promoting the clock signal to the global net. So we will search for the clock, now asterisk mark, and now I will list all the nodes which contains this clock. So you can see now this list is shortened down to two values. And we know that we are promoting this clock as an global net. So we will select this and then we will click on this. So this means that this clock signal is now selected. So now we will click on this OK button. Now we will go to this next column, that is assignment name. So when you double click here, now you can see all the parameters or all the options which you can select for this clock. Okay. Now because we are going to promote this signal as a global signal, so we will select this global signal. All right. Now if you wanted to know that what are these names and what they do, then Quartus is very good on this. So you can see that when you move your cursor to any of these groups, then Quartus is giving you a good descriptions about it, right? So for example, I'm selecting this global signal. So in the bottom box, you can see the description about this assignment name. Okay. So you can go through all of the assignments and you can learn that what they are and what they do. Okay. But for now, we are promoting this as a global signal. Okay. So the next column is value. And now once you double click here, so you have two options. So first one is global clock and second one is off. Now because we are promoting our clock signal to a global clock, so we'll select this. Otherwise you can select this off. Okay. So click on this global clock and now that's complete our step to promote the clock signal as a global net. Okay. Now at the same time, we will do one more thing, that we will promote our dedicated registers for the LED to the input output register. So if you look at this resource user summary and you go to this registers field, then you can see that we are using 6 registers in this project and all these 6 registers are dedicated logic registers. So out of 6, 3 registers are for LED outputs and 3 registers for your present state. And that is why we do not have any input output registers in this project. So what we will do that we will promote one of the LED registers to the input output register. Although this is needed for a really fast system, but the purpose of this is to tell you that how you can promote any dedicated logic registers into the input output registers. And by doing this, you will learn that how to optimize your project based on your requirements and the FPGA limitations, or we can say FPGA resource limitations. All right. So let's go to the assignment editor once more time. And now this time we will select this input output timing category. All right. So now this time we will add one LED output registers to the input output register. So for this, we will select this two column. We will double click. Now we will use this search tool. So this is node finder. Now let's look for all the nodes this time. So we will list all the nodes. And now we can see that we have this register that is for LED1. So we will select this by click on this button. So now this is selected here. Now click on OK. Now select the assignment name. Now because this is an output signal, so we will select this fast output registers. Okay. So select this. If you want, then you can read the description for this fast output registers. Okay. Now we have this value field. So double click on it and select this on option. Okay. So that's it. We just wanted to change two configurations for this project. So now we will save this and now we will run the full compilation for this project. Okay. So you can see the compilation is started. It may take 10-15 seconds. So we will wait for the outputs. Okay, so this is almost done. Okay, so now let's go to this filter report one more time. And now select this resource selection. And if you look at this summary, and now if you go to this total registers, so now you can see the total register count is still 6, but the dedicated logic registers are 5 now, because we have promoted one registers for the LED1 output to the input output register, right? So this input output register is selected for the LED1 output. Next, we will check for the global net. So for this, we will select this control signals report. And now if you look at this, then you can see that we have three signals here: clock, reset, and PLL clock. And all of these signals are now promoted to the global net. So this column, you can see these are all yes. So if you remember that this clock signal was not a global net in the last compilation, right? So now this is promoted as a global net. So that's how you can optimize your projects by manipulating the Quartus Prime configuration settings, right? Same way, you can look for the assignment editor for more categories, like you can select synthesis configurations, input output timings, features, global signals, input output standards, locations, etc. And you can also explore the different type of assignments just by double clicking here and just select what assignment type you wanted to review. Okay, so you can just select anyone and you can see the description in the bottom box. All right. So you can select any assignment type and you can use that to know what they do and how they do. Okay. Now we will look for some other Quartus settings which are important to understand if you are working on the Quartus Prime software. Okay. Okay. So you have seen that how we have promoted our clock input port to a global net. Also, we upgraded one of our LED register to a output register. Next, we are looking into some of the important settings in the Quartus Prime software that you can use to optimize your designs. So stay tuned for the updates and I will see you in the next session.